Hey everybody, it's Kevin Flying Smart Productions here doing the Revelations Easter egg for the good of all. And it's been a long time since I've actually done a video with a voiceover, but I think I'm still good at it. So, to start off, you're going to need Little Arnie's and the Apothicon Servant. The best way to do this is to get the Gobblegum Fire Sale, because if you do this early on, it'll save you time and points. If you try this within the first 3 rounds and you don't get anything you need, restart the game, because it's going to be way easier in the long run if you get everything at the start. So the first thing you're going to do with a gun that shoots bullets is shoot the 4 gravestones located outside of spawn. You're going to do the Richtofen one, the Dempsey one, the Tachia one, and the Nikolai one. If you go from left to right, it's actually 2, 3, 1, 4. After you shoot the tombstones, a piece of the tombstone will go into one of the launch pads at either Mob of the Dead, Root, or Shangri-La. You're going to buy the Keeper Protector, and he's going to do a little ritual over it. While he's doing the ritual, zombies will attack him, not you, so you have to kind of keep the rounds going. Or you can get Fear and Headlights Gobblegum, which is what we did, and they'll stand in place for about 2 minutes. And it takes him around 3 minutes to do, so this will save you a couple rounds. And just makes it all easier. Also works on Margwas and the Panzers as well, so that it kind of simplifies the process. Once he's done, he'll like fade away, and there'll be an audio reel on the ground, and you're gonna go put that in the audio reel player in Dr. Toten. Okay, so here's where Little Arnie's coming to play. Now what you're going to do is go into the Apothicon, and you're going to throw Little Arnie's in all 9 holes where zombies spawn. You have to do these in shifts of 3. Every 3 holes you do, 3 Margwas will spawn, which you have to kill, and then continue until you get the reel. Now, these are very easy to spot. If you miss one, come back later and redo the other ones you did in that shift. You cannot do them like you miss one, make 2, come back, throw another one in the hole you missed. Doesn't work like that. You have to do all 3 at once. It actually really helps if both players have Little Arnie's, so you can do this even faster. You only need 1 max ammo to have 4 tries. But if you have to do it alone, you only need 2 max ammos to do all of them. And it's totally possible for the Margwas to drop a max ammo. I've had it where I got 2 attempts in 1 run in 1 round. So after you do that, the reel will be dropped in like the bridge area. I'm going to show it obviously, and then you're going to go put the reel in the Kino Der Toten audio player. Now you're going to go pick up the bones for a skeleton. This is very self-explanatory. You need to shoot those certain rocks with a pack-a-punch gun, then suck them up with the upgraded Apothicon Servant. You can do this in any order. I just did it in this order. I'm going to show that now. I don't really need to explain what I'm doing. If you guys just shoot where I'm shooting, you'll hit the bone every time. Also, once you get the bone and suck it up, you'll hear like a sound, and that means that you collected the bone. Come to Dr. Toten, where there's going to be a pile of bones. You're going to shoot the Apothicon Servant. It's going to suck up the bones. Then it's going to have a body, which is Sophia's body. And then you're going to suck her up, and then it's going to drop another audio reel, which you'll go put in the Origins audio player. Alright, after you hear her say Maxis, you're going to use all of the turrets and shoot them at the floating blue rocks to the left of every single corruption engine. There's one in Mob of the Dead. There's one in Root. There's one in the Eisendrache. There's one in the Spawn. Once you do that, Sophia is going to come in. She's going to phase herself in there. You're going to go ahead into Kino Der Toten and click square on her. You're going to follow her into Kino Der Toten, into the teleporter. You're going to pop in Samantha's room. Then you're going to pick up the book. Then once you come back, you're going to put the book on the podium. And it's going to spawn this little circle demonic looking thing. And then we're going to go hunt for eggs. Now these eggs can spawn anywhere on the map. So I'm going to link in the description of this video the Reddit list of all the egg locations. Now depending on how many people you have in your game, that's how many eggs are going to spawn at once. So if you're playing by yourself, you can only do eggs one at a time. If you're playing with 2 people, 2 eggs spawn at a time, 3, 4, vice versa, same thing. Once you have your egg, you're going to go into the Apothicon and put it in one of the 4 egg incubator things. Basically like soul chests from Origins. You're going to kill about 10 zombies, I would say. It's really fast. It happens very quickly. And once you're done, you'll know because the gate worm will come out of the little incubator thing. Then after this, you're going to go look for tremors. They can be anywhere around the map. Once you find them, click square on it. The gate worm will go into the ground, and it's going to give you a symbol, which fills one of the 4 slots in your runes of creation thing. Once you have all 4 of the slots filled, you're going to go ahead and go back to Kino Der Toten and step on the demonic thing, and then it's going to teleport to the boss area. What you're going to do is go touch the book, and you're going to memorize what order you see the symbols in. The best way to do this is to memorize them as 1, 2, 3, and 4 from left to right. So if someone is going to call them out for you, you can just call out 1, 2, 3, or 4 instead of like the one that looks like this, because that gets very confusing. If you mess up the order, it will send you back, and you can't go back until you start the next round. So to save some time, do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a lot easier. That's what we did. This part alone is a little overwhelming, but if you have 2 players like we do, have one guy run interference while one other person matches up the 4 symbols. This will take the pressure off the person, and he can really pay attention to the right ones and not mess it up, so you don't have to go back and start the round over. If you do have to start the round over, it is a different order every time you do this. And then once you get the right 4 symbols in the correct order, it'll spawn the Margwa rounds, which basically is 4 different rounds of elemental Margwas, and they're not very difficult. I'm going to go through them really quick. The first one is the electrical wall round. Just don't touch the walls. It gives you a little bit of a heads up when they spawn in. Once you finish that one, it's like the tornado looking round, and that one's a little difficult. Just avoid them. And the best way to do this is to kill them as fast as possible, so you can just kind of get through and not have to deal with all the hazards. The next round is the floor is lava. That's what I like to call it, where you can only stand in the white spots where it's safe and kill Margwas like that. And then the final round is the firewall one. This is probably the hardest round because you can walk through fire and get burned. But if you're cornered with a Margwa and there's like a wall of fire, just walk through the fire, because that's not going to do as much damage as a Margwa slap will do. Doesn't matter what perk you have, that thing still hurts. We actually did all these boss fights without any of the helmets. I would suggest getting them. It makes it a lot easier, but it's not impossible without them. And a lot of this was done without either one of us having any perks, because we both went down once during either the Margwa battle or the actual main boss fight, and one of us didn't have any perks, at least the entire time we were doing this. So it's not too bad of a thing if you have really good communication with your team and your partners and everything like that. Also, now I know this seems kind of overwhelming at first, but honestly, once you get in and actually are doing this, it's very simple. Just avoid the hazards, kill the Margwas, and it's literally all that. It's not too complicated once you're physically doing it yourself. This was our first time ever actually being in here, and we nailed it the whole way through. So now we're in the home stretch of this thing. The rest of this Easter egg basically plays out like a game of uplink. So you're going to use the summoning key to hit all of the objects And again, you can do these in any order, but this is the order I did them in. The first one is in Mob of the Dead. It's the poster from Mob of the Dead. And you know you get it because you'll see like a bright flash of white light. And then you should be set. And I'm going to let the video play out. And they're very self-explanatory. And just listen to some sick jams while you watch it. You'll know that you've hit all of the objects once you don't get the summoning key back from throwing one on one of the objects. And now you're going to go to the teleporter in Kino Der Toten again for the final boss fight against the Shadow Man. Now, for this part, you have to go click the book again to activate or start the whole thing off. Once you start it off, there's going to be these 4 little things you can put the summoning key in, and they're all green at the start. You have to make them all red by the end. And to do this, you're going to put the summoning key in and kill souls around it. Once it's charged up, you're going to take it out of it and throw it into Sophia. Sophia will shoot a laser at the Shadow Man, killing his shield and letting you shoot him. You have to basically, it's wash, rinse, repeat 4 times. Then on the final one, all you have to do is shoot him when he gets into the Apothecon's mouth, and then click the book, and that ends the Easter egg. I should also mention that during this wash, rinse, repeating, you're going to experience the same thing you did as the Margwa rounds were going on. There will be enemies and everything while you're doing this, but again, it's the best way to do this is to do it as fast as possible. We were pretty efficient. Christian did die while we were doing this, and we still came out okay at the end. Good. Do that. Get in there.
You gotta shoot him. See, this time it's your fault. I'm in front of mine.
Throw it! Fuck you! We fucking did it. Fuck this. Fuck this, dude. Oh!
Holy fuck. I got a lot of levels for that. Almost.
We actually beat this Easter egg 8 times before we realized we weren't clicking the book. And then you get the ending, and that's the Easter egg. I'm going to let the cinematic play up, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Kevin Flying Smart Productions. If you have any comments, concerns, make sure you comment in the comment down below. Find teams down there also. That's really helpful for people. And we put up a vlog the other day, and it did really well, so I think we're going to continue doing that. And thank you guys for your overwhelming support. And I'm going to do the Go Ride Crovey one at some point. I swear I'm going to make an actual guide on that because I'm tired of like not having it done, you know, so I'm gonna get that out as soon as I do it. And that's all I have to say. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, you do.
I still need to do Gorak Krovi.
And Shadows of Evil.
Wait, stop talking. I need this stupid cutscene.
All of it gone. Forever. But here's the funny thing. You snowflakes shouldn't even still be here. You should be fading out of existence by now. Those blood vials. I was wondering when you'd bring this up. They're from realities we've already closed off. They shouldn't be here. They can't be here. Such a paradox means you're putting my perfect world at risk. You guys and your bloody free will. What to do? What to do? Well, you certainly can't stay here. You could send us somewhere else. Somewhere we've never been. I suppose I could make a little corner somewhere in history. A place where I can dump some of the other shit that I've left over. Or I just wipe you from existence. Oh, hang on. Actually, that all works out perfectly.
Wait, I don't get this part though at all.
Yes.
I don't get the last part.
It's he put him in like a little nook, a little nook in time where like.
Yeah, but he didn't kill him, did he?
No, he put
I'm
him.
still alive. I can see it at the bottom of my screen.
Yeah, me too.
Shoot.